What's good, everybody? How we doing tonight? I'm David. This is Jason. Jason, how you feeling?
Feeling great.
This is I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
This is week 3 of REUNITE. Hoping you guys can hear us. We've got Facebook up, monitoring comments, and we've got YouTube up as well. Jason, you want to do a little roll call, see who's online?
Yeah, it looks like we got Colin, last man standing in YouTube right now, so that's awesome. We got, let's see, we got Sammy, Danielle, Sarah, who's not playing any games tonight. She just let everyone know.
Cheater, giant cheater.
You can't forget Dambro. We got Julie Matheny, Emily Leanne. Got a solid crew tonight.
Yeah, good crew. REUNITE really is a time in this uncertain time for us all to kind of get together and gather together still and really just grow in our relationship with Jesus in kind of an unconventional way. So we've got a lot of great things planned tonight. We've got a couple giveaways. We're going to be giving away some Amazon gift cards as well as some other things. You'll hear from Pastor Matt Curtis a little bit later with some announcements, what's going on within the ministry, what's going on within the church and within the community. And then our speaker tonight is Pastor Andrew Yates. We're really looking forward to that. He spoke at our September night of worship, brought the word, so we're super excited for that. But in terms of giveaway, so our first giveaway is going to be the whole program. So we're going to be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card.
Snap.
And all you need to do is just share this video. So if you share the video, Jason, you'll be entered into a raffle, and then at the end we'll draw a name, and that person will win a gift card.
So you're saying I can win?
Yeah, if you share it.
All
you
right.
got your phone.
Cool.
Pull it up on
Go
Facebook.
ahead. Do I get double points if I share from our account?
No. We got top fan Eric in the house.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Cowboy.
Yeah, we got some more comments here coming in. Jason, check YouTube. We got any more comments on YouTube?
Let's see.
Is it just Colin still?
It is just Colin holding his ground.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess Colin, are you not on Facebook? Is that why you're on YouTube?
Oh, we've got 2 watching. Oh, I think we're one of them.
We're probably one of them. There you go. Well, yeah, so again, go ahead and give us a share. We've got a couple shares so far, so you'll be entered into the giveaway, the raffle there. As for our other game, we got another game planned, so why don't we just jump into that?
Yeah, let's do it.
That?
Yeah, let's do it.
So as you know, Easter is coming up this weekend. You pumped for Easter?
Yeah, it's not canceled?
No.
Oh.
No.
Coronavirus canceling everything. So
No.
All right, cool.
The service is online. We're super pumped for that. Matt will tell you more about that later. But here's what the game is, Jason. We've taken the top 4 Easter movies of all time.
Okay.
That's a Schmidt tradition, right? You guys every Sunday morning you sit down and watch an Easter movie, right?
All 4 of them, or just one?
I mean, you make it all 4.
No, my family used to watch the Moses, the 10 Commandments one, which
Yeah.
ends up being like 6 hours long with commercials.
Gotcha.
So that was the tradition.
Yeah, so everyone loves a good Easter movie. So the game we're gonna play is called. We'll punch this up in a minute. But the idea behind it, so there are going to be 4 rounds, and each round the winner is going to win. The winner's going to win a $10 Amazon gift card. All right, so 4 rounds, 4 winners. And the idea is I'm going to throw up an Easter movie, okay?
Uh-huh.
And the first person on the comments to guess the Rotten Tomatoes score is going to be the winner. So Rotten Tomatoes 1 through 100. And whoever gets closest or whoever gets it first wins. You can only guess once, so if you guess twice, you'll be disqualified. And so I think we'll get rolling here in just a little bit and test your knowledge. You'll have 30 seconds to answer, and you'll see it at the bottom of the screen, the timer. All right, so Jason, you want to read off the first one?
The Dog Who Saved Easter. Now that looks like a wholesome family fun movie right
I
there.
think I got the synopsis right here. It's up to Zeus and his new friends to save the day when Easter is nearly ruined by an old nemesis and a new one.
Oh,
We got any guesses? I think we're a little behind, so
we're gonna have to
we'll
wait.
see. So you're guessing the Rotten Tomatoes score, 1 out of 100. We've got one guess. Okay.
Got a
So
78 of 46.
you'll have to help me with my math.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some math
who's
here.
closest.
12, 78, 46, 23, 36.
All right.
Yeah,
So the
38,
answer
31.
is 59%.
59.
So it looks like
Oh, we got Rebecca. I mean, that's pretty
Rebecca.
close. 57.
57.
We're a little behind. We'll see if anyone comes back in.
All right, I think it's Rebecca.
It is Rebecca.
At 57. Congrats, Rebecca. All right, next round. Space
what
Jam.
the heck is this?
Space Jam. It's a great Easter movie.
Space Jam's an Easter movie
It
now.
is.
All right.
Bugs Bunny. Yeah. I mean, if this
Bugs is the Easter Bunny?
this is a classic. If this doesn't get 100, then something's wrong.
Oh, yeah. I mean, greatest basketball movie of all time. Greatest sports movie of all time, right? I mean, forget
maybe-
We Are Marshall, Remember the Titans, none of that. Space Jam's the top.
Maybe top 10. All right, we got guesses for Space Jam.
Oh, I got a 95 in
yeah,
there?
these are high.
86.
These are high. Good guesses.
Did you tell Jay
A lot
the
of-
answer
A lot
beforehand?
of them the high answers. You guys might be guessing a little too high.
88, 82, 90. Jeez. People like Space Jam, I guess.
Yeah, the
I mean,
answer actually is 43.
Yikes.
A little low.
Oh, man. We got someone right on the money.
He might be cheating. We'll give it to him. We'll give it to Alex, who guessed 43, but God's watching. All right, and Grace and Carol, God is watching as well.
Yeah, I believe
so
she guessed twice.
Might have been cheaters. Alex, we'll give it to you, but don't cheat again. All right, the next one is Hop. You want to read about this one, Jason?
Hop. For the past 4,000 years, the Easter Bunny has brought joy and candy to kids all across the globe. However, the time has come for a new Easter Bunny to take over the tradition.
All right.
Yikes.
The time is up. We'll see what people are guessing.
So Bunny's on the way out here.
All right,
Jeez.
it is 25.
20.
Let's
see, that's
go
what I
back
would have guessed for the first
in the
one.
Wayback Machine.
Oh
and
my
see.
goodness.
Daniel Morales guessed 12.
Yeah, this 22nd is killing us. we got a 1.
Chris is not a fan of this movie. He gets 1. All right, we'll go on to the next one as we look at past. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? This one's about a juicy mystery filled with loony fun as they pair a tune-hating detective with a cartoon rabbit.
Oof.
Let's see here.
I got no guess here.
I think Eric might be the closest with 25. So well done, Eric, on the hop. In terms of, although I'm a little skeptical, it's a little accurate that he got Owen right on the money. We'll give it to him though. All right, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a 97.
97.
It's the highest one yet.
Goodness gracious.
Joel guessed 96, probably to make it seem like he's not cheating, but he probably actually looked it up.
6,200. I think Danny Morales liked that movie. Oh, we got some new people in here. We got a lot of guesses. This is a lot to keep up with. 97. I wouldn't have guessed that. That's like the Godfather level great right there.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, especially for Rotten Tomatoes. So I think, no way is right. Eric, surprised you guessed exactly. All right, so looks like Joel won round 4. So those are our 4 winners. We got Rebecca, Alex, Daniel Morales, and Joel. So go ahead and send us a message, and we'll send you your Amazon gift card. But like I said, we're super pumped for our host speaker today, Andrew Yates. And actually, Jason was inspired last week by our hot wings, and I wanted to put someone else to the test. So I sat down with Andrew and just got to know him a little bit better. Do you know Andrew that well?
The great Andrew Yates?
Yeah.
Oh, you can never know him enough.
Yeah. Well, take a look at this video real quick just to get to know Andrew, and then you'll hear from him live.
I am sweating. These are hot.
What's up, everybody? David Hurst here with my friend Andrew Yates. This is Pepper the Pastor, where I'm going to pepper you, Andrew, with some questions, all while you're eating hot peppers here. And as the questions get tougher, the peppers are going to get hotter. You ready to go?
As a Texan, I'm ready.
All right, bring it on. First one's a poblano pepper here, and I'm going to give you a softball question as you want to go ahead and take a bite out of that.
So I can any size bite? How does this work?
Any size bite.
Big pepper.
You'll be judged by the size of the bite, though. Okay, that'll do. So softball question, what do you do here at Hope? How'd you get here? What do you do here?
Big bite. So I'm basically the small group pastor for the city of Apex. Your car breaks down, your house burns down, you need help, you've got a burning question you need to have answered. Basically, if you live in the city of Apex, I'm your guy. I've been here for 5 years, and if you're in Apex, call on me.
Beautiful. All right, next one.
That's it? Already?
Jalapeno pastor. It's quick. I'm peppering you, okay? Jalapeno pepper.
Smaller bite.
Tell me about your family.
Family of 4. Wife Kelly, married almost 10 years. Hannah, 4. And John, 2. Cool family. My wife, we moved here. She was an aerospace engineer with Bell Helicopter. Our first date was a sailing trip for 3 days. We had never spent any time together. And then eventually she started calling people and saying, hey, if I don't call you by this time, I've been abducted. I don't know who this man is. And then both Hannah and John, their names mean either God is so gracious or Lord have mercy, and that's true of our kids. Just been on the day of the week.
Next pepper, habanero pepper. All right, we're getting up there.
Habanero.
Yeah, so we've got another habanero pepper, and we've got some ghost pepper sauce that we're going to sprinkle on there for you, all right?
Okay, make sure have you had this? I feel like someone's been in this.
Oh, yeah, this is like half eaten.
Whoa.
What?
Still
good?
It smells like Updog, man. That is pungent.
It's still good.
Yeah, it does. That doesn't go bad. Holy smokes. When that stuff goes bad,
You want a dash or a sprinkle?
You said a sprinkle. I'm a rule follower.
2.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered, I am with them. Jesus Christ.
3 drops. 3 drops. All right, have at it. Go ahead and eat it, and I'll ask you your last question.
I had a little nasal congestion, but this is doing a great job. What is this? What kind of pepper is this?
That is another habanero pepper, and then with ghost pepper sauce.
Okay, there we go.
Dive in. You got nothing to lose. All right, if you were a body part on the body of Christ, which body part would you be?
First off, this is not bad. I'm waiting for like the coat your mouth oil.
Yeah.
No, that's not bad.
Maybe that one wasn't a spicy one.
What's going on here?
Should we do the orange?
No. We're fine. I'm just saying. What body part would I be? Oh, there it is. I'd say probably a mouth. I've got two brothers that are both like professional outdoorsmen. One is Ron Swanson, working for the Parks and Rec Department in Dallas. The other is he just left the Philippines because his visa was denied. He's working on the North Shore of Hawaii because the surf's better than in Galveston. But they're both backpackers in the Rockies leading treks. And my back, trying to keep up with them, messed up. So I feel like God said, hey, I didn't give you a strong back, but I gave you a big mouth. I went to Texas A&M and I was voted the loudest member of the Corps of Cadets there because of my peers. So I've got a big mouth, and I feel like I'm the mouth of the body. If I had to say.
Beautiful.
I'm about to be the sinuses of the body of Christ.
Well, it seems like your mouth just did pretty well.
Woo!
So you survived Pepper the Pastor. Andrew, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, howdy, guys. For those who haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Andrew. I'm one of the pastors at Hope Community Church, and I just want to say I'm super pumped to be here. You guys are future leaders of the free world, and maybe even other parts of the world. So it is a privilege to be able to speak to you while we are the church deployed in isolation, but also as connected as maybe we've ever been. But I do want to shout out, there's so many people that I get to connect with. I have one friend that is a real hero in all this drama's going on. He is a urgent member of our community, an essential role. He's the guy in his office, and he's going in maybe 3 days a week, but he's the guy that orders the toilet paper, he orders the soap, he orders the paper towels. But without this guy, just our society would crumble. I mean, we need the grocery store people. Praise God for what you do, but we also need these other people. But one of the things that he pointed out to me, we were just talking today actually, and he said that toilet paper has stayed the same. He's talked about how bowls and cups and other random office supplies, those stay the same. But understandably, soap and paper towels have gone through the roof. And all the guys at Cintas, all the guys in these distribution companies, they're super pumped that they're getting all this stuff and they're able to get all these much needed sanitary supplies to everybody. But it's kind of gross, if I'm honest with you, because that means that people have not been washing their hands for decades. People have not been washing their hands like we were taught to in kindergarten, singing our ABCs, getting some good lather, if we're even washing our hands at all. And it's kind of terrifying because if we had just been washing our hands for years, we might not have all the crazy stuff that's going on with just the classic flu. I mean, we talk about all the time in the news. There's so many people that die from the flu. Well, all that, or huge amounts of that, might have been prevented if we would just wash our hands, like Mrs. What's-Her-Face said in first grade. But I think right now, we need to have that same mindset as we approach whatever we're facing. Whenever we encounter something crazy and new, when we encounter a global pandemic, one of the things we need to be careful is to not try to invent a new play. And Pastor Mike, he encouraged a bunch of the staff just a couple of days ago, and he said something that really stuck with me. He said, in times like these, what we don't need is a new information or a new idea. A lot of times we just need to be reminded of what is true. And I think a lot of times we can overestimate the power of one new thing or one study session or one huge push at one moment, and we can miss the impact that small, regular, disciplined, simple things can have to change the world. So I'm super excited about what's going on today, for the next few minutes, and how God's going to use us. God's been super impactful in my life. It's super challenging, and I think all of us have been humbled by this epidemic, and I think we'll all be stretched by this moment here. Well, this last week, I love what Brittany said about what we do and who we are is really a talk about calling. And I was super challenged. If you haven't seen it, pause, rewind, go back to Brittany, check out what she said last week. But a lot of you might be like a lot of me right now that heard this awesome God-sized calling, this God-sized vision, this commission God has given us to go in the world, to help captives be set free, to be God's hands and feet in the world. And you're just right now finding yourself in like low grade anxiety. Like I am holding it together, and that's the win for me today. And if that's you, I just want to say that's okay. Hang in there. That's all right. I love the humor in the Bible, but you'll miss it for all the weightiness. If you grew up in like an old school classic church like I did, everything is serious. There's no jokes in the Bible. But in reality, there are actually a ton of jokes in the Bible. If you look at the Great Commission, it's at the very end of Matthew 28. Jesus says, hey, guys, everything that I've told you, everything that we've done, now that's on you. So take that and share that with other people. I'll see you later. And he goes and he leaves me with the Father. And literally in the beginning of Acts, it talks about everyone just like, and just sitting there. And God sends an angel, and the angel's like, hey, guys, what are you doing? Get out of here. What is going on? Why are you just sitting there with your mouths open and looking up into heaven? Get out of here. Go do what God called you to do. And so that's been me this last week. I've realized God is really, really on the move right now. And I'm overwhelmed. And that's okay, to be honest with where we are, to say, God, there's so much that needs to happen. I can't do what needs to happen. And this last time that I was able to connect with y'all, it's the same thing. The foundation of our faith is if we abide in our relationship with Jesus Christ, we're going to produce fruit. Doesn't promise that we'll see it. Doesn't promise that we'll feel it. God's bigger than our feelings. God says, you just get as close as you can to me, and you're going to bear fruit. That's a promise from John 15. That's Jesus' final words before he was assassinated. Because, guys, it's going to be crazy. Just trust me. Get super close to me. And so that's what Jesus' disciples did. As you look through the first couple pages of the book of Acts, God says, hey, let's just go. Just wait. Just wait for me in Jerusalem, and I'm going to show up. I'm going to work through you. But in the meantime, just pause, just reflect, and just wait for me. And so right after these disciples are like, we don't know what's going on. They all go aside, they withdraw, and they isolate themselves. They said, we're going to focus on what does God have for us, and we're going to wait on God. And right now, you and I have a time to wait and to listen to God. This last couple of days, a buddy of mine gave me a book. It's called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Highly recommend it, by John Kummer, forwarded by John Ortberg. Great guy. Highly recommend it. But he has a couple quotes I want to share with you. Attention is the beginning of devotion. And we are the most distracted culture in the world. If you want to be someone who's fully devoted to God, that has to involve your attention. And one of the things that we think is our treasure is our time or our talents or our money. But our best resource, the most precious treasure that we have right now is our attention. And the tricky thing about attention is what we give our attention to is the person that we become. And so right now, if you say, man, I want to be someone who's got the peace of God guarding my heart and mind. I want to be someone that's full of the fruit of the Spirit. I want to be someone that's able to love my neighbor the way that I need to be loved. Well, you got to be someone that gives your attention to God and gives your attention to the things that God cares about. If you want to be the person that looks like God. And so right now, if you are like, how do I take this time, this huge space of time, and how do I set it aside to listen to God, to what he has to say to me? for who I need to be before he sends me out to do what he's made me to do, I'd say just sit down and pray. I mean, if you haven't set aside time to pray, just to listen, that's really the first step in prayer, is to share how you're feeling with God, and then just listen and give God some space. Just like any date you've ever been on, if you never listen, maybe it wasn't a good date. And if the other person never listened, it wasn't a good date. God designed us to be in a relationship, and part of relationship is listening. And that's what prayer is. But the second thing I want to challenge you with, if you just said, hey, I need to withdraw and get some space, I think that's awesome. But the second thing I want to encourage you with, if you right now are like one of those disciples, just looking up to heaven and being like, what do we do from here? You've got this calling. We've got this calling as the church that's way bigger than us. But the Great Commission is at the very end, the last sentences in the book of Matthew. Before the Great Commission is the Great Commandment. And if you jump through that straight to the Great Commission, you've got the what, but not the how. And what God says in the Great Commandment is step one is to love God with everything you've got, with your heart, soul, mind, and strength, everything. Love God, and then love your neighbor as yourself. But right now, we've got the best opportunity, perhaps in my life, in your lifetime, for people to say, I need God, and I'm desperate for anyone to engage with. Like if I walk down my street, there's going to be 5 people that come out of their houses, stop at the door, say, hi, how are you? And we're talking down the lawn. You've got people right now in your life that are desperate, maybe more desperate than there'll ever be, to have people around them and have that human dynamic that we were all designed to have. God is community, God the Father, God the Son, God the Spirit, and God is community. And you and I, as we reflect the image of God, as we are in the nature of God, we were designed for community. One of the books I just read, another one, Tom Rath, Life's Great Question, Discover How You Contribute to the World. He wrote a book called Strength Finders. You might have done that. Like, what's my personality type? What are my strengths that I can contribute? And it's hilarious. He comes back and he says something that you and I know from kindergarten. We got to be nice to people. Jesus said, it's better to serve than to be served. And what Tom Rath has realized is if you figure out what your gifts are, if you figure out what you're awesome at, and you go do it, and you make a ton of money, you are working to live. No, wait, reverse that. You're living to work, not working to live. And the value of a person's life is not based on what they can get, but it's how they contribute to the world around them. And so if you and I are going through life and we don't have any rhythms of moving towards other people in love, we've missed the boat. We have a life that will not be satisfying. And Tom Rath has said, hey, if we're not moving towards other people, we are missing out. It's better to serve others, to reach out to others, than it is to be served ourselves. Right now, there are people right now in AA that they've realized, hey, a big part of recovery is pouring into other people, to helping other people experience what you've experienced is a foundational element for you growing to wherever it is that God has for you. And that's true for us today. Being honest, being transparent, and pointing people to the hope we have, that is how God's going to use us to bring us to a place of greater health and Christ-likeness, but also to help the other people maybe discover hope and peace that isn't otherwise available to them at all. I've got friends right now that are completely isolated, not necessarily from each other. They got their family around them, but they've cut themselves off from God. And I think right now, more than maybe any other time in their lives, they're willing to say, if there's a God, I want to include him in this conversation today. And so that's my encouragement to y'all. One, it's okay to be stressed. If you're overwhelmed by what is happening in the world, God is not quarantining. God is still on the move. There's really nothing God cannot do through you. If he can raise someone from the dead, if he can make creation out of dust, he can work through you and I in quarantine, just loving our neighbors well. He can work in my heart and in your heart to have peace and hope. When everything is flying out of control, we can have a peace and a hope that surpasses all understanding because we know that God hasn't lost control. I think one thing I want to throw on your radar is that you need to be sensitive to God, to what God is doing, but don't feel like you have to do things the old way. God is doing new stuff. The last time I talked to y'all, it was in live, in person, in face to face. But right now, it's not face to face. It's through a new technology. A cool thing about technology is that God used language, like written language. That's when he started engaging with Abraham, when words written down were invented. Whenever books were invented, like we have today, like these sort of books, those were invented in 1 AD, 100 AD, the first century that the church is on the ground, that God says, go in all the world. He gives his people a new technology. And today you've got a new technology in web and internet and all this stuff. Use it for good. And it might be weird. In 3rd John, one of the last letters written in the Bible, 3rd John, at the very end, John says, the disciple Jesus loved, I have many things to write to you, but I don't want to write to you with pen and ink. He says, this whole like paper book thing is weird. I want to talk to you. But it's kind of cool that God actually preserved not those conversations, but he preserved that letter that God sent through John to these churches. And so God is going to work through you as we abide in a relation with him. We need to stop, pause, and give God space to speak to us and to shape us as we develop rhythms of listening to God. But then second, our neighbors, we're never going to have this opportunity, perhaps again in our lives, to say, hey, how are you doing? Are you holding in it? Is this total chaos? Are you doing okay? We're in this together. God hasn't lost control. Just saying that might start a conversation that can change the trajectory of someone's life forever. Love you guys. If there's anything we can do, I'm super pumped for the conversations that are going to be coming after this. If there's anything we can do to encourage you, hit us up. Fill the earth and subdue it. Fill the earth and subdue it.
What a fantastic talk from Pastor, Reverend, Dr. Andrew Yates, whichever one of those. You went to seminary, you earned whatever title you want. I wish we could get t-shirts with God is not quarantined and attention is the beginning of devotion. We got to start trademarking those.
And I would love a t-shirt too that says, when Andrew Yates talks, I get excited. Copyright Corey Paxton on that one. Yeah. Any big takeaways from you from that message?
Nah, I mean, stuck with me. Attention is the beginning of the devotion. I mean, that's just speaks volumes to you. Like, focus on that, and you can like change your whole perspective.
Yeah, I love the idea of during this time, it can seem like we're kind of powerless to do much. And for me, I'm wondering, like, what can I do? How can I step in during a situation like this? And I love the simple 2-part message where he says, just stop, pause, and listen to God, and then engage with others, engage with your neighbors. This is the perfect opportunity for that. So a powerful message by Andrew Yates there. So full transparency here, we're going to have Matt Curtis live here, but we do not have him live. We do have a video of him giving some announcements, so I'm going to try and get this punched up. You guys might have to give me a minute. Patience, it's the fruit of the Spirit. Jason, feel free to stall.
Yeah, well,
Yep. Oh, hey, Jason and David. Super excited for tonight and what the Lord has for us. Before we get into it, I wanted to just mention a couple things. First off, it is Easter week. I don't know if Easter snuck up on anybody else. There's a lot of other things going on for sure. But when Donnie started talking about Palm Sunday this week, I was like, oh, that's happening now. And it has been a full few days since service, and it just keeps bringing me back to the stirring that is going on, I think, in culture and society. People have never been as ready for hope than they are right now. And the message of Jesus, there's not a person in this world that doesn't have a question, an uncertainty, or a need. And the gospel fulfills those things. So we're asking you guys, the young adults of Hope Community Church and in the Triangle, just to invite people to watch the Easter service. It's going to be a fantastic service. You can do that if you look on the Instagram at the Get Hope Instagram. They've got a nice little Mad Lib you can fill out to send to people and to tag people to invite them into that. The reach of the online service is blowing. It's just blowing up. It's been fantastic. The numbers of people that are checking in to Get Hope and the message of Jesus and what we have there. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is there's probably not a demographic that's more ready to respond to serve the community right now. Young adults are often more passionate or invested in what's going on around them, but we don't really know how we can serve in these days. We have a couple of opportunities actually that are ready. We have a new partner and a friend that serves in Southeast Raleigh. They hand out food Sundays from 11 to 4 and clothing to some of our most vulnerable people in the Triangle. So we've partnered with him and their church and what they're doing. We're super excited about that. There's food drives and food distribution that's going on through Local Hope and Get Hope. And the Raleigh Dreams Center is also reaching neighborhoods during the week and providing food for those kids who would generally get their lunch from schools that they would attend. The schools are closed. How are they going to get fed? So if you have any interest in any of those things, just direct message us, or excuse me, the kids say DM us, and slide into those DMs. I don't know if that's inappropriate or not because I'm old, and we'll get you set up. But super excited for Andrew tonight and what he has for us and for the rest of this online virtual fun that we're all engaging in. So love you guys. Back to you in the studio, David.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Jason and David. Super excited for tonight and what the Lord has for us. But before we get into it, I wanted to just mention a couple things. First off, it is Easter week. I don't know if you snuck up on anybody else.
Now we're back live. Thank you,
for sure,
Pastor Matt, for that message, giving us an update here. We're going to try and get him
happening now.
turned. There we go. All right, we are now officially back. Thanks for that message, Pastor Matt. We appreciate it. Jason, we've got to do our raffle drawing, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All right. Well,
Let's get
first,
that taken care of.
Andrew Yates is going to be hanging out in the Facebook Live comment section. If you guys have any questions for him, if you want to just inquire or ask about anything he may have said, any clarification or anything like that, he'd be glad to answer there in the comment section. But for now, we've got our giveaway. So along with the $25 Amazon gift card, we've got another special prize.
A special bonus prize.
A special bonus prize.
Oh, snap.
It is a one-on-one Zoom date with our very own Chris Dambro.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Chris was gracious enough to send a little preview. If you don't know who Chris is, here's something you may be winning. So go ahead and take a look. Maybe.
The anticipation.
I know, it's building.
Any day now.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Just interrupting me as I do my daily painting over God's wonderful creation in my backyard with my lovely dog, Brady. Brady, come up here. Brady. He's deaf, mute, and blind, so he's a tough one to handle. But I love to go to the dog shelter weekly, check up on the dogs. And you can believe once this is over, I'm going to take that man out. We're going to go to the beach. We're going to run along the sand and the water and just have a joyous time with my fellow friend.
That was our good friend Chris Dambro. So one lucky lady or male.
Or male.
Yeah. Depending on which way you swing. But they're going to get a one-on-one date, Zoom date with Chris
So
Dambro.
you tell me they get the gift and the date?
Yeah. Best of both worlds. All right, so we've got the names of everyone who shared the video in this bowl. Jason, I'm gonna let you do the honors, okay?
Yeah, all the many people that we had to choose from to share.
There were definitely hundreds.
Save paper for us, I see. All right.
do some rummaging.
Yeah. So we got
The winner is
Danielle Blaze.
Hey,
if that's how you say your last name.
All
there
right.
we go.
Congratulations, Danielle. You have won a $25 gift card and something you can put a value on, a date with Chris D'Ambro.
Very jealous.
All right. Well, again, we appreciate you guys tuning in and watching Reunite with us. We'll see you back here next week at 7 p.m., same time, same place. And in the meantime, again, Andrew Yates in the comments section there answering some questions. We're also going to throw up some discussion questions on the screen for you guys to engage in over the comments section, or if you want to dig into those with your small group as well, that's something you guys can do. So take care. We'll see you guys.